Hello, my name is Erik and I'm the CEO and founding partner of a firm called Consensus Wealth Advisors. And I recently published a book called Clarity: How Popular Culture is Misleading You About Successful Wealth Planning and What to Do About It. Please feel free to contact us to get your free copy. One of the things we've noticed is that our clients and friends have had a lot of questions about the book that were perhaps beyond the scope of the book that I wasn't able to address with the limited space. And so I wanted to shoot a quick video just to address some of those questions and hopefully provide some helpful, valuable information about wealth planning that you can use with your own family. So here's a question from Michael, who basically asks, preserving capital for a post-70 retirement. So Michael, one of the things that we really believe is that preservation of capital may not necessarily be the most admirable goal with respect to investing, and in particular in retirement. Most people believe that the older you get, the more conservative you need to be with your investments because it's really important to preserve your capital. What we believe is really important is to preserve your lifestyle and your purchasing power. So preservation of purchasing power, we believe, is really what's most important. A lot of people feel like they need to preserve the number of dollars that they own. Well, we feel it's really important to preserve the lifestyle that those dollars can afford. So for example, at a 3% rate of inflation, over a 30-year retirement lifespan, which is what most Americans will spend 30 years in retirement, at a 3% rate of inflation, the cost of living will rise by 250%. So to make a very simple example, if you walk into Starbucks in the beginning of your retirement and you're used to getting a nice coffee for $1, well, by the time you pass away 30 years from now, you're going to walk into Starbucks and spend $2.50 for the same exact cup of coffee. So what we believe is important is if you like coffee, that you better have a strategy in place to preserve your ability to purchase that cup of coffee, okay? And that cup of coffee is going to require $2.50 at that future date. So it doesn't matter what the number of currency units that you own. What matters is what they can purchase for you when you are retired. And in our view, what that means is having investments that will at least keep up with inflation. That is the definition of preservation of wealth in our view. And interestingly, very often the investments which have the best chance of preserving wealth after inflation end up being the stock market, okay, which is also not necessarily the investments that most people think of as preservation type investments. Most people think of cash or CDs or bonds as being ideal for preservation.